The world of hip-hop and boxing just collided in the most explosive way imaginable. And trust me, you're not ready for this. Imagine being front row at what should have been a glamorous event, the lights flashing, the cameras rolling, fans screaming when suddenly the air turns icy. Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing queen, stood frozen as the two men who should never cross paths went head-to-head, her fiancé on one side and hip-hop legend Papoose on the other. What was supposed to be a celebration spiraled into pure chaos as Claressa's fiancé grabbed the mic, turned to Papoose, and shouted the words that no one ever thought they'd hear in public. "Stay away from my woman." The crowd gasped. Phones shot into the air. Social media timelines lit up. Instantly, clips of the confrontation spread like wildfire. Hashtags flew, and within minutes, the entire internet was buzzing about this jaw-dropping standoff. But here's the shocking part: insiders are now saying this wasn't just a heated moment. It was the eruption of a secret feud that's been boiling for months behind closed doors. And if the whispers are true, what happened that night is only the beginning of a much darker war. So how did it get this far? And what bombshell truths are about to be exposed? Stay locked in because this story only gets more dangerous. Before we get to the explosive showdown that the whole internet can't stop talking about, we need to rewind and unpack how we even got here. Because make no mistake, this didn't come out of nowhere. The tension between Claressa Shields, her fiancé, and Papoose has been simmering in the shadows for months, and now it's all boiled over in the most public way imaginable. Let's start with Claressa Shields. Known as the GOAT, the greatest woman of all time in boxing, she's built a career on dominance, discipline, and pure determination. She's used to handling rivals inside the ring, but outside, her personal life has always been much messier. Behind the highlight reels and championship belts, Claressa has had her fair share of drama, especially when it comes to the men in her orbit. Enter her fiancé, a man who's stood by her side through thick and thin, but also one who's been quietly struggling with the constant shadow cast by Claressa's fame. Friends of the couple have whispered for months that he feels disrespected by how often Claressa's name gets linked with other powerful men in the industry. And no man has been more triggering for him than Papoose. Now let's talk about Papoose, a hip-hop veteran, husband to Remy Ma, and someone who's been celebrated for years as the picture of loyalty and family values. To the outside world, he's the last person you'd expect to be dragged into a scandal like this. But insiders claim his connection to Claressa runs deeper than fans realize. Reports say Papoose has been spotted with Claressa at private events, sharing laughs, exchanging long hugs, and even sneaking into VIP sections together. Were they just friends? Or was something more brewing behind the scenes? That question has been hanging in the air for months, and Claressa's fiancé has clearly had enough of the speculation. Tension really started building after leaked DMs allegedly showed Claressa and Papoose sharing late-night conversations filled with emojis and inside jokes. Nothing outright scandalous, but enough for Claressa's fiancé to start raising his eyebrows. Social media detectives ran wild with theories, some saying Claressa and Papoose were just business partners, others insisting there was undeniable chemistry. And every single time those rumors gained traction, Claressa's fiancé felt like his respect was being chipped away. But here's where things get even more complicated. Remy Ma, Papoose's wife. She's been dealing with her own wave of cheating rumors over the last year, with fans questioning whether her perfect marriage was as solid as it seemed. When whispers began that Claressa might be the latest other woman connected to Papoose, Remy's silence only added fuel to the fire. People wondered, was Remy ignoring the drama, or was she waiting for her own moment to strike back? Meanwhile, Claressa's fiancé was reaching a breaking point. According to sources close to the couple, he's been feeling sidelined for months, often watching Claressa's name pop up in blogs linked to Papoose while his role in her life got ignored. Friends say he finally decided enough was enough. If the world wasn't going to respect him, he would demand it himself, and he wasn't afraid to do it publicly. That's how we ended up at the now viral Showdown. At an event filled with cameras and fans, Claressa's fiancé finally snapped. He confronted Papoose in front of everyone, shouting those unforgettable words, Stay away from my woman. The moment was so raw, so unfiltered, that even Claressa herself looked stunned. Papoose, known for his calm demeanor, stood frozen at first, but the look in his eyes told a story of deep frustration. Within seconds, the crowd erupted. Some fans gasped, others cheered, and nearly everyone whipped out their phones to capture the madness. By the time the clip hit the internet, it had already gone viral, spreading across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok like wildfire. But here's the thing: this public explosion wasn't just about one argument. It was the eruption of months of hidden resentment, silent accusations, and a love triangle that's far messier than anyone imagined. And now that it's all out in the open, the stakes couldn't be higher. So the real question is, what happens next? Does Papoose clap back? Does Remy Ma step in? Or does Claressa finally choose between loyalty to her fiancé and whatever connection she has with Papoose? Because one thing is clear, this story is nowhere near over. And the next twist could be even more explosive than the first. The event was supposed to be glamorous, elegant, and unforgettable for all the right reasons. Instead, it turned into one of the ugliest, most chaotic public blow-ups in recent hip-hop and boxing history. The cameras were rolling, the lights were blinding, and in that exact moment, Claressa Shields' personal life detonated in front of millions. As Claressa's fiancé shouted the now infamous words, "Stay away from my woman," the entire crowd froze. The gasps echoed through the room, then quickly turned into a frenzy of whispers, yells, and the frantic sound of dozens of phones being pulled out to record. Within seconds, fans on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram Live were already posting clips, ensuring the moment would live on forever. But here's where things spiraled even further. According to eyewitnesses, Papoose didn't just stand there in silence. He leaned in, looked Claressa's fiancé dead in the eyes, and said something that left Claressa herself clutching her chest in shock. Though the exact words were muffled by the crowd, multiple fans claim he whispered, "You don't know the half of it." That single sentence was enough to send the entire situation into chaos. Fans erupted into screams. Claressa's fiancé lunged forward, pushing past Claressa, trying to get in Papoose's face. Security immediately rushed in, but the damage was already done. The video clips circulating online weren't just showing a jealous fiancé, they were painting a picture of a secret relationship, a hidden betrayal, and a scandal ready to explode. And then came the first wave of leaked content. Just hours after the confrontation, a mysterious Instagram account dropped what appeared to be voice notes allegedly of Claressa and Papoose speaking late at night. In one clip, a male voice that fans swear is Papoose can be heard saying, "You know I'll always hold you down, even when the world don't." In another, a woman's voice eerily similar to Claressa's responds with laughter and a quiet, "I just need you close sometimes." Now, was the audio real? Was it fake? That didn't matter. By the time fans started reposting the clips, the narrative was already locked in. Claressa and Papoose were hiding something, and her fiancé had finally had enough. Twitter went absolutely nuclear. One fan tweeted, "Papoose been too friendly with Claressa. Her man just had the courage to say what we've all been thinking." Another wrote, "If that audio is real, Papoose just threw away his entire image of being the loyal husband. And Claressa? She better pray Remy doesn't clap back." But the reactions weren't all one-sided. Many fans defended Papoose, saying the audio was clearly doctored and that trolls were trying to destroy one of the few solid marriages in hip-hop. Others turned their focus toward Claressa's fiancé, calling him insecure and accusing him of embarrassing Claressa by exploding in public instead of handling things privately. Meanwhile, Instagram blogs had a field day. One post by The Shade Room racked up hundreds of thousands of likes within hours. Their caption read, "Claressa's fiancé confronts Papoose in front of a live audience, calls him out for being too close to his woman. Was he wrong? Or just protecting his relationship?" The comments section quickly filled with heated debates, with fans taking sides and dragging every party involved, and as if things weren't already messy enough. Another shocking twist dropped later that night. A series of alleged text messages between Claressa and Papoose surfaced online. The screenshots, posted anonymously, showed messages filled with heart emojis, "Late night, you up?" texts, and even one message that read, "Don't let nobody come between us." The internet exploded again. Some fans swore the screenshots were real, pointing out specific slang that only Papoose uses. Others dismissed them as fake, claiming jealous fans or even Claressa's fiancé himself could have fabricated them. But whether real or fake, one thing was undeniable. They deepened the suspicion, heightened the drama, and gave Claressa's fiancé even more ammunition in his battle for respect. By the next morning, headlines were everywhere. Claressa shields fiancé explodes on Papoose in public meltdown. Leaked audio suggests Claressa and Papoose have secret connection. Remy Ma silent as Papoose dragged into Claressa Shield's love triangle. The entire entertainment industry was buzzing. And here's the wild part: insiders claim that Claressa's fiancé didn't regret a single word. In fact, sources close to him say he was relieved that the truth was finally out in the open, even if it meant embarrassing Claressa in public. But Papoose, his silence after the event spoke volumes. Known for being outspoken and fiercely protective of his image, the fact that he didn't immediately deny the allegations made people believe there really was something to hide. Fans began flooding Remy Ma's socials, demanding answers, with comments like, "Sis, they're playing in your face," and "Remy, you better check your man before Claressa does." Claressa, caught in the middle, tried to downplay the situation at first. She posted a single Instagram story with the caption, "Y'all too invested in my personal life. Focus on yourselves." But that only fueled the fire. People saw it as her dodging the truth rather than clearing the air, and then the first real twist hit. A new report claimed that Claressa's fiancé had been collecting receipts for weeks. According to sources, he had screenshots, voicemails, and even hotel check-in records that could allegedly prove Papoose and Claressa had crossed the line. Whether or not he planned to release them, no one knew, but the very threat of receipts being leaked sent fans into a frenzy. That's when the story turned from a messy confrontation into a full-blown scandal. Because if those receipts are real, this isn't just a feud between two men, this could be the collapse of a marriage, the tarnishing of a champion's reputation, and the end of one of hip-hop's most celebrated love stories. And just when you think it couldn't get any worse, another chilling detail emerged from someone who claimed to be at the event. After the cameras stopped rolling, Claressa's fiancé allegedly told Papoose, "This isn't over. I'll make sure the world knows what you've been hiding." The crowd might have been silenced, but the war had just begun. The morning after the public showdown, the internet wasn't just buzzing, it was roaring like a wildfire. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were drowning in hashtags. Hashtag Papoose exposed, hashtag Claressa drama, and even hashtag RemyWatch. Everyone was waiting for one thing: Remy Ma's reaction. But Remy stayed silent. No posts, no comments, no shade, just complete silence. And in the world of hip-hop drama, silence speaks louder than any words. Fans immediately assumed the worst, that Remy had seen enough proof to know something wasn't right. Then came the bombshell. Around noon, a major gossip site dropped what they claimed were exclusive hotel security camera stills. The photos appeared to show Claressa and Papoose walking into the same Detroit hotel just hours after an event they both attended earlier this year. The two weren't touching, but the body language was intimate, leaning close, whispering, smiling in ways that didn't look strictly platonic. Within minutes, the images spread like wildfire. TMZ, The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, every blog had them plastered on their front page. The captions were brutal. "So this is why Claressa's fiancé finally snapped." The reactions were vicious. One fan tweeted, "Nah, Papoose risked his whole marriage for this. Remy gotta send him packing." Another wrote, "Claressa needs to focus on boxing instead of boxing up Remy's marriage." And then the most dangerous piece of the puzzle dropped: a so-called insider leak. A blog known for getting exclusive dirt posted a voice recording they claimed came directly from someone close to Remy. In the clip, an unidentified voice could be heard saying, Remy knows what's been going on. She's been ignoring it for months. But now that it's out there, she's furious. That one leak set the internet ablaze. Suddenly, this wasn't just about Claressa's fiancé confronting Papoose, this was about Remy Ma possibly preparing for revenge. Twitter exploded with theories. Fans speculated Remy had already contacted lawyers. Some claimed she unfollowed both Claressa and Papoose on Instagram, though others pointed out that she never followed Claressa to begin with. Still, the rumors stuck because in this kind of storm, rumors feel like facts. But here's the shocking twist nobody saw coming. Late that night, Claressa herself went live on Instagram. With tears in her eyes and frustration in her voice, she tried to address the rumors head-on. "Y'all don't know what you're talking about," she said. "I ain't breaking up no marriage. Papoose is like family to me. My man knows what it is. Stop trying to ruin my life with lies." But while Claressa was speaking, something eerie happened. Fans flooded the comments, spamming the word receipts over and over again. Some even dropped screenshots they claimed proved Claressa was lying. One particularly viral comment read, "If he's like family, why you checking into hotels with him though?" Claressa ended the live abruptly, clearly shaken. And just when people thought things couldn't escalate further, boom, another jaw-dropping detail surfaced. Multiple outlets began reporting that Claressa's fiancé wasn't just angry, he was ready to go public with everything. Sources claimed he had spoken to a top gossip platform and was preparing to release his so-called evidence package to prove Claressa and Papoose crossed the line. And what was allegedly in this package? Texts, emails, even surveillance footage from a gym Claressa and Papoose were said to have trained in together late at night. If even half of it was true, it could completely destroy Papoose's reputation as hip-hop's most loyal husband and drag Claressa's name through the mud with him. Fans lost their minds. Twitter was on fire. Instagram was unhinged. TikTokers were making entire series breaking down the scandal piece by piece. One viral TikTok with over 2 million views opened with, "This is the end of Papoose's legacy as we know it. The receipts are coming, and Remy is watching every move." But the most jaw-dropping reaction didn't come from fans, it came from a celebrity. Out of nowhere, Fat Joe, who has been close with Remy and Papoose for decades, posted a cryptic tweet. "Loyalty is everything. When it breaks, so does everything around it." He didn't name names, but fans instantly connected the dots. If Fat Joe was speaking up, this drama wasn't just gossip anymore, it was tearing apart one of hip-hop's tightest circles, and that wasn't all. Another hip-hop veteran chimed in. Jim Jones posted a laughing emoji on an Instagram story alongside a screenshot of the viral confrontation. Fans instantly took it as him mocking Papoose. Others claimed it was shade at Claressa. Either way, it fueled even more speculation that the industry was choosing sides. The backlash against Papoose grew louder by the hour. Fans started tagging Remy in every post, demanding she kick him to the curb. Others warned Claressa that her boxing career was in danger if she let this scandal swallow her image. But then came the biggest twist yet. Just as Claressa's fiancé was preparing to drop the receipts, an anonymous source leaked a single screenshot supposedly part of his collection. And this one screenshot was damning. It showed a message from a contact saved as P that read, "Don't stress about him. I'll take care of you the way he can't." The internet froze. If this message was real, it wasn't just about late-night talks or innocent friendship. It suggested something far deeper, far more intimate. Within minutes, the screenshot was everywhere. Fans were screaming in the comments, "So Papoose really out here risking Remy for Claressa? Nah. Claressa's man had every right to snap. This is wild. If this is true, Remy needs to end it all: marriage, friendship, everything." The stage was set for an all-out war, not just between Claressa's fiancé and Papoose, but now between Remy Ma, But while some were clowning Papoose, others were siding with Claressa's fiancé. A popular influencer tweeted, "Nah, I respect him. Imagine watching your woman get linked to a man who built his entire image on being loyal to his wife." He had to confront that publicly. And the fan division only got sharper as fake receipts and memes flooded the timeline. TikTok was even worse. The platform was drowning in reaction videos. One creator uploaded a dramatic reenactment of the confrontation, playing both Claressa's Fiancé and Papoose. It racked up over 3 million views in a single night. Another user created a boxing-style promo poster with Papoose on one side and Claressa's Fiancé on the other, the tagline reading, "Round 2 coming soon." But while fans were laughing and debating, the industry itself was watching very carefully. Hip-hop insiders started whispering about the consequences the scandal could have for everyone involved. Claressa's name, once tied to championship belts, was now trending for alleged scandals. Papoose's reputation as the ultimate loyal husband was under siege, and Remy Ma, though still silent, was positioned as the ticking time bomb that could explode everything. Even celebrities couldn't resist chiming in. Cardi B posted a cryptic Instagram story. "When loyalty ain't loyal back." She didn't tag anyone, but the timing had fans convinced she was talking about Papoose. Meanwhile, 50 Cent couldn't resist poking fun. He uploaded a meme showing a boxing ring with Claressa, Papoose, and her fiancé photoshopped inside. The caption read, "Somebody book this fight for pay-per-view. I'll promote it myself." And then came the real curveball. Nicki Minaj allegedly liked a shady tweet that read, "Remy's men embarrassing her for a woman who throws punches for a living. Couldn't be me." Fans instantly screenshotted it, fueling speculation that Nicki was low-key laughing at her rival's misery. The division was brutal. Half the internet wanted Remy to divorce Papoose immediately, while the other half argued it was all blown out of proportion. News outlets jumped into TMZ, Excel, and Hot New Hip Hop all ran stories on the scandal. Even ESPN picked it up, framing it as a crossover between sports and hip-hop chaos. A sports anchor dramatically asked, "Will Claressa's reputation in boxing survive a fight outside the ring?" But it was the fans' raw emotions that really painted the picture. One comment section under the Shade Room's post turned into a war zone. "Remy gave this man everything, and this is how he repays her. Y'all dragging Papoose without proof. What if this is just business between him and Claressa? Business don't look like checking into hotels together at midnight. Stop playing." Meanwhile, Claressa's own fanbase was panicking. Her supporters flooded her Instagram comments, begging her to stay focused and ignore the haters. But mixed in were thousands of brutal trolls calling her a homewrecker, a cheater, and worse. And just when the noise couldn't get any louder, it did. A well-known boxing promoter gave an interview where he admitted the scandal might affect Claressa's upcoming fight promotions. He said bluntly, "When the public sees scandal before sport, ticket sales suffer. She needs to clean this up fast." That statement changed the tone of the entire discourse. Suddenly, this wasn't just gossip, it was threatening Claressa's career, and Papoose? His silence only made things worse. Every hour he stayed quiet, the internet filled in the blanks with harsher stories. Some fans claimed silence meant guilt. Others believed he was hiding because he couldn't face Remy. Even Claressa's fiancé didn't slow down. He kept dropping cryptic posts like, "Truth don't need defending, just patience." That line alone sent shockwaves because fans knew it was a direct warning the receipts he had were coming. And with every cryptic post, every meme, every shady celebrity reaction, the industry knew one thing: this wasn't dying down anytime soon. The war had officially spilled from one viral confrontation into a full-blown cultural moment. And now everyone was waiting for two things: the alleged receipts Claressa's fiancé promised, and Remy Ma's inevitable response, because when Remy Ma speaks, the whole world will listen, and whatever she decides to say or do could end Papoose's reputation forever. Just when the internet thought it had seen the peak of this drama, a new leak dropped that changed everything. Late last night, an anonymous account posted what appeared to be a screenshot of direct messages between Papoose and Claressa. The messages were short but explosive. One showed Papoose allegedly saying, "You know this can't get out. I'd lose everything." Another showed Claressa responding, "Then stop making promises you can't keep." The account that posted the screenshots refused to reveal their source, but claimed there was a whole folder of proof ready to be released if Papoose kept denying the allegations. Within minutes, The screenshots went viral, racking up millions of views and sparking an even deeper frenzy. Fans were in shock. If true, these weren't just innocent conversations. They hinted at a relationship filled with secrecy, broken promises, and dangerous consequences. But that wasn't even the real bombshell. Hours after the screenshots began circulating, a blurry video clip surfaced allegedly showing Papoose and Claressa together at a hotel lobby the same night Claressa's fiancé confronted him in public. In the grainy footage, Papoose appeared to be keeping his hood low, while Claressa looked around nervously as if she didn't want to be seen. The clip was less than 10 seconds, but it was enough to send the internet into total chaos. Now, the question wasn't just whether Claressa's fiancé overreacted, it was whether he had been right all along. Remy Ma's name immediately shot back into the spotlight. Fans flooded her social media with comments demanding answers. "Remy sis, if you don't say something, the internet's going to write the story for you." One top comment read. Another wrote, "Don't stay silent. This is your marriage on the line." And just when the pressure couldn't get heavier, a mysterious tweet from a verified account claiming to be an industry insider suggested that Remy Ma already knew the truth and that she had her own plan to expose Claressa. The tweet read, "Don't be fooled. Remy's got receipts too. If they want to play dirty, she's about to burn it all down." That one cryptic post alone sent fans into overdrive. Could it be true? Was Remy secretly preparing her own counterattack? Was Claressa about to be destroyed by the very woman whose husband she allegedly got involved with? Even Claressa's fiancé wasn't staying quiet. He posted another cryptic Instagram story, this time a simple picture of boxing gloves hanging on a hook with the caption, "The fight outside the ring is only beginning." Fans instantly decoded it as a warning that he wasn't backing down and that he might be the one to officially leak the full truth. And then came the most chilling twist of all. A leaked phone call recording allegedly between two insiders close to Remy and Papoose surfaced on YouTube. In it, a male voice could be heard saying, "If this gets out, we can't put it back in the box. Careers will end. Marriages will end." The audio was scratchy, unverifiable, and highly suspicious, but that didn't matter. The internet ate it up, convinced it was another piece of the puzzle in this increasingly dangerous game. The stakes had officially gone from messy gossip to career-ending warfare. Papoose's legacy, Claressa's career, Remy's marriage, Claressa's fiancé's pride. All of it now teetered on the edge of total destruction, with fans demanding the truth, but nobody stepping forward to clear the air. And the most terrifying part, nobody knew who was behind the leaks. Was it Claressa's fiancé releasing things strategically? Was it an enemy of Papoose trying to break his image? Or was it someone from Remy's camp slowly preparing the world for her response? One thing was certain, the drama wasn't ending here. As one fan tweeted, "We thought the confrontation was the climax, but it turns out that was just the opening act." And now, the world is holding its breath, because if these leaks are real, the next move won't just destroy reputations, it could blow apart families, careers, and the trust of an entire fan base. The only question left is, who's going to break first? Because when they do, the truth will finally burn through everything. And trust me, you won't believe what's coming next. And there you have it. Family, the moment that left the entire world spinning out of control. But now I want to hear from you, because this drama isn't just about what happened on stage. It's about what's happening behind the curtains. Do you believe Claressa Shields and Papoose really had something going on? Or are these so-called leaks just a setup to destroy both of them? Was her fiancé justified in confronting Papoose so publicly, or did he take things way too far? And most importantly, if Remy Ma really does have her own receipts, do you think she's going to use them to end Claressa's career once and for all? This is where the story gets dangerous, because no matter whose side you're on, one thing's for sure, the next reveal is going to change everything. So go crazy in the comments. I need to know where y'all stand. Team Remy? Team Papoose? Team Claressa? Or do you think everyone in this mess is hiding something? Drop your thoughts down below, because I'll be reading every single one. And don't forget hit that like button if you want me to keep dropping these wild updates. The second they break, smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a single twist in this insane saga, because trust me, the next chapter is going to be even messier than this one. The showdown we just witnessed, that was only the beginning. The leaks, the betrayals, the explosive revelations, it's all leading to something bigger. And when the truth finally comes out, the internet will never be the same again. Stay tuned.